Hello and welcome. I'm Tracy Pa with the Midday News. The Kokopo City Authority is planning to purchase 2 generators to assist with the power supply for Kokopo City. Acting Kokopo District Administrator Dairos Kunai said a proposal has been submitted to the state-owned enterprise department to get the generators over to Kokopo. He said KCA will lease the generators to PPL and whatever power services supplied to consumers will be charged to PNG Power. Meanwhile, the proposed solar farm at Raivan in the Baitak Paka LLG has been delayed due to an issue with the initial developer from the U.S. Kunai said the KCA has made a payment of 75,000 kina a few years back to the company, but they never came around, hence no work was done. However, they will still pursue this project. A first-of-its-kind community policing engagement initiative has been rolled out at the Skyview Residential Estate in Port Moresby. The policing initiative was launched on Saturday, 16 November, at the Paradise College Hall. The engagement, known as Skyview Community and Police Engagement Session, is aimed at driving awareness, strengthening relationships, and building stronger communication and support between the community and the police. Through the Skyview Estate Owners Association, comprising a few residents, the association reached out to the police to visit the residents and talk to them about the roles and responsibilities of the police and build a network in order for residents to reach out to police in time of need. President of Skyview Estate Homeowners Association, Maybelline Fernandez, said social problems involving the youths, such as alcohol-related incidents, fighting and disturbing the peace, are common. She said many of these issues are reported to the association but are not resolved. Therefore, the police engagement session is the first step the association has taken as a preventive method.
We had our annual town hall sessions a couple of weeks ago, and we're very fortunate because the people that make up our community, they come from all different walks of life, and one of our homeowners happens to work for the police, and so he organized to bring together all these key police officers that you saw today to come to the estate to talk to our homeowners, to explain that really just to drive awareness. If you're having these sorts of issues, these are the people you can contact, these are the steps that you can take. And so that's really what was driving it, because we were getting a lot of inquiries from our homeowners. We were observing that there were some issues happening within the estate and that they were starting to escalate.
Sylvester Banibia, a member of the association and police officer, also said the trend in law and order issues had gone from bad to worse. The awareness initiative is vital. Educating residents prepares them to mitigate crimes in their community.
Seeing the change of happenings, especially law and order, and the increase of emerging crimes outside and inside the estate, was something that drive me to talk to the president and the executive committee of the Skyview Estate, and to come up with an initiative where we can create a meet and greet, a concept of meeting your police officer.
Banibia added that the awareness initiative also helps with implementing the RPNGC's mission to ensure a secure and safer community. Former PNG hunters and Kumuls and police officer Aser Boas said the directorate has programs to roll out, but they cannot do that until and unless a community leader reaches out.
We go and talk to people in Afghanistan. So, with this partnership, we got a lot of connected around the communities. But the problem is because of the community leaders are not taking it into the hands. for us to come and at least do awareness. But everything is maybe like going back and law, do the work out there. So, they take initiative all the time. They rely on us, police. But we don't live there. We don't live in those communities. So time we come and do awareness, we expect them to take the initiative and continue to enforce it in the communities.
Meanwhile, community policing representatives, including Commander of Gordon Police Station, Commander of 6 Mile Police Station, and a representative of the Criminal Investigation Division, participated in the meeting with the Skyview residents to drive the community engagement efforts. The Provincial Land Dispute Committee will soon carry out its function in East New Britain Province. This follows last week's signing of an MOU between the Provincial Administration, the Magisterial Services and the Department of Justice and Attorney General. The committee members have been appointed and sworn in. Chairman is Senior Provincial Magistrate Samuel Lavutal, the advisor for the responsible ENBH Division for Village Court and Land Mediation, Danley Puapena, said they have reviewed the standard operation procedure for the PLDC and the land mediators to use. Deputy Provincial Administrator for District and LLG Services, Nicholas Lomi, said the VCLM division was created in 2019 to put more focus on this sector. He also mentioned the 5 new LLGs and the need for new land mediation divisions and areas in East New Britain. By the 2025 LLG elections, there will be political heads of the new LLGs, and by 2027, the province will have an additional electorate for binding. In regional news, capturing and burying carbon emissions will likely be discussed by oil and gas industry leaders at global climate talks in Azerbaijan. But a remote island of Western Australia troubles at a project tipped to a flag barrier for the technology have many questioning where it can work at all.
A monster by name and a monster by nature, the Gorgon gas plant on a remote island off the Pilbara coast is the single biggest resources project ever built in the country.
Now, Gorgon plays a central role in providing the energy to a growing Asia-Pacific region, as well as to the energy security of Australia.
But it's Gorgon's massive emissions that are giving headaches to its owners, led by US oil and gas giant Chevron. To curb these emissions, the company built a multi-billion-dollar plant to capture and bury much of the project's carbon. But 5 years after the plant started operating, barely 1/3 of the promised emissions cuts have been delivered. Technical problems caused by the infiltration of water have plagued operations. Chevron insists the problems can be fixed and maintains the technology works.
All studies that you look at, whether it's IEA or other sources, say that carbon capture and storage must be part of the solution going forward.
The role of carbon capture and storage is hotly contested, but many experts say reaching net zero without it is all but impossible.
CCS, first and foremost, is one of the key decarbonisation pathways.
For all the backing of carbon capture and storage from industry, critics of the technology remain unconvinced. They say Gorgon buries just a tiny amount of carbon in the global context, while it does nothing to prevent the emissions from the burning of that gas by its customers.
The Gorgon sequestration project stores around 1.6 million tonnes per annum last financial year, and that's around 0.5% of Australia's annual emissions.
Backers say Gorgon's problems shouldn't be confused with the broader potential of carbon capture and storage, but doubters say it's emblematic of all that's wrong with the technology.
It's very problematic. It's the wrong type of application of CCS.
With temperatures rising, pressure is building to prove carbon capture and storage can work.
The US president has permitted Ukraine to use long-range missiles supplied by the US to strike targets inside Russian territory. According to multiple US media reports, it's a major policy change from the White House, which had previously insisted U.S. weapons could only be used against Russian forces in Ukraine. It is not clear when Ukraine President forces may use the new freedom, but Russia has described it as a very big step forward, the start of World War III. In sports, host Papua New Guinea remained at the bottom of table in Group A in a winless campaign of the FIFA World Cup 26 Oceania qualifiers, and it's better luck next time for Papua New Guinea. Solomon Islands ended their FIFA World Cup 26 Oceania qualifiers campaign on a high with a victory over Papua New Guinea on Sunday.
And here for Solomon Islands, first start.
Both sides resigned to their fate, with Solomon Islands eliminated after their loss on Thursday to New Caledonia, whilst Fiji's draw earlier in the day meant Papua New Guinea could no longer advance to the semi-finals. The first goal of the match was through Solomon Islands' Junior David, who showed smart footwork to hammer an effort past PNG's goal. Solomon Islands led 1-0 to the break. The second goal did eventually come in the 60th minute for Solomon Islands substitute Maikalea Alafa. PNG striker Tommy Semi rose to the occasion, powering a header into the top right corner of the net, the only goal for Papua New Guinea. PNG coach Felipe Vega Arango seemed disappointed in the team's performance on home soil.
That we were not good enough. Yes, bottom line, we played New Caledonia, they were better. We played Fiji, and we blew it, because I've never been part of that kind of situation in my life. You work really hard, and in the last 30 seconds, people are thinking about fairy tales, or I don't know what the hell they are thinking. And today they were better. So overall, we were not a good team, and we finished last in the group. New Caledonia was better, Fiji was better, and Solomon was better. Football is like this. When somebody is better than you, you lose. And sometimes, even if you are better than them, you lose too. But when you are worse, you always lose. So it is what it is. Live and learn, and try to get the right program for next time. I wish I had more time to prepare the team. The only thing I can say.
The World Cup dream ends here for both sides, but plenty of lessons will have been learned as they look to the future. Susan Oreape, TVWAN Sports. Fiji will join New Caledonia in the semi-finals of the FIFA World Cup 26 Oceania qualifiers in March 2025 in New Zealand after a well-contested draw 1-1 in Port Moresby on Sunday. The result eliminates Papua New Guinea from contention. New Caledonia advanced as group winners with Fiji runners-up. In hot and humid conditions exceeding 30 degrees Celsius at kickoff, it was the Fijians who enjoyed most of the early morning. Chances were at a premium, and with the half entering its final stages, both sides seemed content to head back to the changing rooms all square. 2 minutes into stoppage time, Fiji was upended in the box, and the talismanic forward stepped up to calmly slot home to break the deadlock. New Caledonia started the second period strong, and just before the hour mark, found themselves level to make it 1-1. The National Capital District School Rugby League Under-17 schoolboys team are on a maiden trip to Australia for a friendly against the Trinity Bay High School in Cairns. The match is scheduled for Wednesday, 20th November 2024. The 18-man squad, including team officials, left for Cairns this morning under the airspace of the Moni Plus NCDC Port Vipers and the NCD Governor's Office. This is a significant milestone for NCD-SRL to send a under-17 schoolboys team to Australia for the first time since NCD Governor's Office jumped on the wagon to support the program this year.
The upcoming friendly match between the NCD School's under-17 boys and Trinity Bay High School was made possible through an arrangement between the NCD Vipers Development and Academy Program and former PNG Kumul Rod Griffin, who currently works with the Junior Development Pathway Program in Cairns. The match is scheduled for this Wednesday, 20th November 2024. The team is coached by former Port Moresby Vipers coach Joe Sipa. Since the squad was assembled, training has been intense, mainly working on the dynamics of the game, including defensive systems, attack and game structure. The key message is play your game with a lot of PNG flair, energy and passion. This is also a learning experience for the boys to expose and market their talent.
Because has been in contact with Trinity Bay High School, a secondary down there. The man who is going forward to arrange this match is none other than Rod Griffin, our former Kumul. He's been down there working with the juniors down there, so that's the arrangement between Vipers and Rod and Trinity Bay that make it possible for the under-17 to travel. They're looking forward to this game. They're really excited because it's first time for them, and also it's an opportunity for them. At this younger age, all we want to build is, have that pathway for our juniors coming up the ranks. So that's the stepping stone for the Vipers to have this kind of trip for the young ones at this early age.
Coach Sipa said since the team was assembled, the boys are bonding well and very excited for the trip of a lifetime, with 99% of the team traveling out of the country for the first time. Likewise, parents were equally thrilled and very proud of their son's selection, thus made it their business to turn up and show their moral support at yesterday's team bonding.
If we have, the clubs down there, especially like the Cowboys in Townsville and the two Peter clubs, Northern Pride and what's the other one? Yeah, if the scouts are around and if they want to, get some of our boys, it's a good opportunity for these young fellows.
NCDC Sports Marketing Officer Simon Nwambo, on behalf of the NCD Governor's Office, was also at hand to officiate the presentation of team merchandises and sports bags for the boys. Nwambo also encouraged the team to be good ambassadors for Port Moresby and the country as a whole. The 18 young men will also represent Vipers Pathway and Academy while in Cairns. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the news update. To join us at 6 for more.